Alrighty, so today we're going to be learning new words. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you guys how you guys can learn new words using what I call POSSUM. Okay, it's a weird name. Do you guys know what a possum is? It's like the animal that they pretend to be dead. I know, right? They like pretend, do all these things. It's pretty interesting. But yeah, so first, our goal today is that we're going to learn some new words using this possum to help us understand it. Alright, so I just want you guys to repeat after me. I can learn a new word by using possum to help me understand and use it. Alright, perfect. First, we're going to do a little warm-up game. Alright, so I need you guys to stand up. Okay, so I'm going to read to you guys 3 words. Okay, 3 words. If you know what the word means, I want you to put your hands on your head and touch your head, okay? And if you don't know or you're not sure what the word means, I want you to touch your knee, okay? Can you guys do that? All right, the first word is ancient. Ancient. Okay, that's good. That is not a word that you hear normally, okay? All right, the next one is curious. Curious.
They have a name in a cartoon.
Oh yeah. Okay, curious. Like Curious George. Okay, the last word is proud. You guys all know what proud is. Okay, good. You guys can sit now. These are the 3 words that we're going to be learning today, or we're going to be working with. Okay, so even if you maybe do know it right now, you're going to learn more about the word hopefully today. Okay? So to start, what this sheet right here is, it's called a POSSUM sheet. Okay, and this helps us break down words into a bunch of different parts. Okay, so the first is P. So this is what does the word sound like. So you know how sometimes, not just yet, all right, we're gonna do it, but sometimes you know how you maybe the word is spelled one way, but it sounds a different way. Like sometimes letters make different sounds than what they look like on spelling. So the P is gonna be what does the word sound like. The next one is gonna be the O, and that's how is it spelled. So that's how would you spell the word. Okay, then the next S is going to be what part of speech is it. So that's like, is it a describing word? Is it meaning person, place, or thing? Things like that. Okay, then the next one is what does it mean? So what is like the definition of the word? What does the word mean? Then understanding is where have you maybe heard this word before? So like Curious George is a cartoon that has that word in it. And then lastly, it's going to be the word parts. This part's a little bit tricky, so I'm going to help you guys with that more. But that's like if there's a first part of the word or the last part of the word is like has different meaning to it when it gets added to other words. Okay, but that's what we're going to do today. But first, I'm going to show you guys how to do it with the word ancient. Okay, so for the word ancient, what does it sound like? So when I hear the word ancient, I hear A. So the vowel is saying its name. A, sh, ancient. Ancient. Okay? So in the P sign, I put the different sounds that I heard in the word. So there's an A, sh, ancient. Okay? Now, for how it is spelled, you see how it's spelled differently? So now we have an A, and CI makes that sh sound, and then the ENT. So here too, if there's ever anything like interesting about the word, like normally CI you think would be like high, something like that. But in this word, it makes a sh sound. So I put CI equals sh, just so I can remember, and that helps me too say the word the right way. Okay. Next we have what type or what part of speech is it? What would you use it? So ancient is like a describing word. So it's like you're saying something is ancient. So like this is an ancient chair, or this is an ancient pencil. It means it's, we'll see what it means, but the next part is then what does it mean? So ancient is very, very old. So like me, I'm not ancient yet, but one day I might be ancient, but maybe not that ancient. So ancient is like saying something is very, very old. So now that's what we would put for the S. What does it mean? Very, very old. Next is where have I heard this word before? So do you guys know, have you guys heard the word ancient before anywhere? Yeah. Any ideas where? About what?
Like
Mummies, okay, so there's like ancient mummies, like ancient pyramids. And did you guys like Jurassic Park or Jurassic World? Have you guys seen those movies?
Yeah, I want to be able to.
Yeah, like ancient dinosaurs. So those are some ancient things because they were very, very old, a long, long time ago. Okay? And then for the word parts, this word doesn't have any of these. It's just ancient. That's just the word. Okay? So that's what it kind of looks like. I know it's a lot. Okay? I do understand. But hopefully this will help us break down words more. So now we are going to work with a word together. Okay? And this word is going to be curious. Okay? So first, I want us to clap out the syllables in curious. Okay? Can we do that? All right. Curious. So 3 syllables and curious. Now, first I'm going to sound out the word, and then we're all going to sound out the word. Okay? So this one's a little bit tricky, kind of. Okay? So curious. Curious. Okay. Think we can do it together now? Alright. Here we go. Curious. Curious. Okay. So this word, when I break it down, we first hear that k sound at the start of the word. And then when we go to the UR, it makes a y sound. So ki, E is like a long E, so it's not like a eh or something like that. It's an E sound, so it's saying its name. So cure E, and then that OU, you guys have been using some of those OU words, makes an sound. So curious. So that's how you would say the word. So for what does it sound like, you can kind of break down the word in that way. And when you guys do it yourself too, it's okay if you don't want to write it down, because sometimes it's weird to write it down how it sounds. But you can just tell me what the sounds you hear in the word are. Okay? So next, how is it spelled? So, does anybody have a guess on how curious is spelled? I know it's a bit tricky to think off the top of your head. But what's the first letter in curious? Not yet. So C. C is the first letter. You got that right. Anybody know what the yer sound makes, or what letters make the yer sound? U-R. So C-U-R. Anybody have a guess on what the next letter is? Curia. Curia. Okay, this one's a tricky word because this is a bit difficult, but basically how you would spell it is C-U-R-I-O-U-S. So this I-O-U makes that Yeah, Tyler?
Do you hear the owl sound?
Yep. So that OU makes the sound in the word. So curia is that OU in the word. Does that make any sense? Okay. Now we're gonna spell it together. Okay. So we're gonna try and do it all together. So the first letter is C. What's the next letter? U. R. I. And what did we talk about those last? What makes that sound? What 2 letters are making the sound? Curia. O-U, exactly. O-U. And then the last letter obviously is S. Curious. Okay? Alright, now, what part of speech is it? So this, like ancient, is also a describing word. So it's an adjective. So like, I'm very curious about something. I'm describing my emotions at that time. So I'm curious. Okay? Now, what does curious mean? You guys have any idea on what curious means?
You want to know a lot?
So you're, okay, maybe trying to know something. Anybody else have an idea? Curious? No? Okay, well yeah, so curious essentially you really want to know or learn something. So like let's say you guys are having a unit about space, okay? And you really want to know about stars or about planets or you guys know what constellations are? It's like when you can see the designs in the sky, like the Big Dipper or there's things like that. So you might be curious about those things and you want to learn more or get to know more about that thing. Okay, so that's what curious would be. So I want you guys to just try and maybe give me a sentence using the word curious. Okay, it can be anything, kind of like, I'll give you an example. I'm curious about dinosaurs. I want to know more about dinosaurs. Okay, so Tyler, do you have a sentence you can give me with the word curious?
I'm gonna play another game.
That's good. Is there something you're curious about? Are you curious about stuff in the circus? Oh, you went to the circus and you say like, I'm curious about how they do the flips in the circus. That's pretty cool. How do you do that? About lizards? Okay, so you're curious about lizards. They're interesting. So you have a word about curious? Like something you're curious about?
Alex, no one goes over to ABC.
Oh yeah. Okay. Alrighty. And now the last part is the word parts. So cure is one of the parts of the word. Alright guys, it's focusing here. I know it's right. So one of the word parts is cure, which means like to care or have attention about. So in curious, you're trying to, get to know more about something, by being curious. And then the suffix of the word, which is the last part, is ius, which is full of. So you're full of being curious, or you're full of wanting to know something. You're excited about knowing something. Okay. Alrighty. Now, I know you did a lot there. Okay. Now I just want you guys to try, and we can even just talk through it. Just try and do a little bit of some of these things for the word proud. Now I know these are some of you a little familiar because today we worked on a lot of OU words, right? And making that ow sound. So what you guys are gonna do is each of you guys are gonna get one of these sheets, okay? And I don't want you to focus on these words here, to have like these things. Just read here, like, what does it sound like? And for the first one, we can do that together on saying what does it sound like. And so you guys don't have to write down the sounds, but each of you guys will get a pencil, okay? And we're gonna try and do this in 10 minutes. I think we can work on it for 10 minutes. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, let me know, but I'll have the timer here. This timer works. Perfect. Okay, so we have a 10-minute timer. So first, I want you guys to write down the word proud at the top. So the core word is up here. Yep. So on that top, right? So do you guys know how to spell the word proud?
Okay, guys, no thanks. Just look at beside the children.
How's that?
You're not going to stand up there and like go back to the desk.
Make sure you know that R. Proud. Yep. So that word is going to be P-R-O-U-D. Proud. Yep. That's an O-U word that makes that ow sound. Okay. Alright. Now, we kind of already talked about the first one, which is what does it sound like? Because it has the OU, so it's going to make that OW sound, right? So it's going to be, so what do you guys think would be for the what does it sound like? What sounds do you hear in the word? So, first, write down the letter of what sound you hear first. So what sound do you hear first?
Oh yeah.
Yep, so P. What's the next sound you hear? Proud. Now, not how it's spelled, but what do you hear next in proud? Proud.
Ow.
Ow, right? Now, how would you spell ow? O-W. Or it would be O. That's why it's tricky, because sometimes it's spelled one way, but it sounds a different way. That's why we're trying to figure out what it sounds like. Yep, so P-R-O-W, and then what's the last sound that you hear? Proud. D. Exactly. So you guys had it perfect. So P-R and then ow for that O-U and then D. Okay. I'll give you guys the next one just because, you know, it's a bit, actually no, we're going to do how it's spelled too. So I want you guys to try and spell proud on your own, which we do have it at the top of your page, so that might help you a little bit, but we're going to do it that way, okay? So spell the word proud, and the next part where it says, how is it spelled on the dotted line? You have it right there. So right here, we're going to spell the word proud.
This book is so funny.
Okay. So now we got the word spelled out. Now, there is a funky spelling rule in the word proud, right? Okay, so what are you guys talking about with your O's? It makes the ow sound, right? So if you want, you can write down over here on this other part that says syllable type spelling rule. You can write OU equals OW because it makes the ow sound in proud. So if you want here, you can write OU equals OW because it makes the ow sound. So that will help you remember when you go back to the word, you can say, oh, it's proud because it has that OW. And the OU makes it sound like that. Okay. Alrighty. Now I'm going to give you guys this part. Okay. But proud is also an adjective because you're describing something that you're proud of. Okay. So if you want, you can circle the adjective right here, the third one on your sheet. So for this part, you can circle that. That's what it is. Now, I want you guys to think of what it means. What does the word proud mean? And then I'll have you guys share out what you think proud means. Okay, so I'll give you guys a minute. Does that work? So once it hits 5, then we'll see, okay? But I want you guys to think of what does proud mean? And also maybe where have you heard the word proud before? And you guys don't have to write it on the sheet too. Just think about what do you think the word proud means, and then maybe where have you heard the word proud? Okay?
Do you want to see the first page?
You thinking of anything? Yeah. It's alright. We'll share some and I'll give you guys some ideas too. And it might help you. Alright, so anybody know what the word proud means? Yes, John?
Like doing good or something.
You're doing good in something, right? So maybe when you guys were taking your test today, you guys had to do your spelling test. A lot of you guys got all the answers right. You guys did a really good job. So like your teacher, Miss Sagal, is probably very proud of you for doing that. And I'm really proud of you guys for getting through this because it's a little bit tough. So being proud is really just feeling happy or glad about something you did or maybe something somebody else did. So like maybe when your sibling, if you go and watch them play a sport, like a soccer game or a basketball game, and you see them score, you might be really proud of them because they did something that was good and that was hard. Does that make any sense? Can you think of any time that you've been proud or maybe somebody's been proud of you?
My brother and my sister, when I was playing soccer, I scored a goal.
You scored a goal, so they're probably pretty proud of you. Tyler? I was proud of you the last time I did the step with you.
Do you know what the boy was doing? He would go up behind the net and then when I saw it, I just stopped the ball. When he came back then, I just shouted.
Is there any time that you've been proud or maybe somebody's been proud of you? Can you think of anything? It's alright. Okay. Now we're going to go to the last one. So the last one, really this word is just a base word. It's just the word that it is. There's no like special things at the start or end, so it's just the word proud. Okay. So, what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to just write down here so that you guys can remember this word. So for what does it mean? Just write to feel happy about something. Okay? So just write feel happy about something. Or just to feel yeah. You need a jump.
If we have more time, we will play that game. If we have more time.
Okay, and for where have you heard this word before? Ashton, do you have an idea of where you heard the word proud? Maybe from your parents. Maybe your mom or dad or your siblings said they were proud of you. Oh yeah.
Myself. Well,
She'll say that she'll say you're proud. Yeah, she's proud of you. Your mom? Okay, so that's good. So then you can write from your mom for where you heard it. I've told you multiple times.
Lucky me.
You can say from Mr. Alex.
Which?
Mr. Alex said you were proud of you, right?
Or
You said your
I think it might be
sister
which.
was proud of you. Just what a goal.
Like which one?
So you can say you heard it from your sister.
Put it up thumbs up.
That's why they're proud. They're happy for you. They're proud of you.
Pop.
So if you want, you can go down my sister for that one because they said they're
That
proud.
was lucky.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
I think you're going to get pick.
All right. So we got the sheet filled out now.
Pop again?
So we kind of already shared some of our things, so we really don't need to do that. So really all I'm just going to have you guys do now is I just want you guys to restate the thing that we talked about at the start, because we did a lot of work today, all right, and you guys did a really good job, and I told you guys it was going to be pretty tough, and this stuff is tough, but it's okay. Do you guys have a better understanding maybe now of the word proud, about what it means, or maybe ancient, because ancient is a tricky word, and like you know,
I'm the one who has
and now you know it's very, very old, right? Okay, so I just want you guys to repeat after me one more time, all right? Can you guys do that? Okay, repeat after me one more time. I can learn a new word by using POSSUM to help me understand and use it. Alright, great job today. Alright, I appreciate you guys a lot. Alright, give me a fist bump. Good work, Tyler. Good work, Ashton. Alright, you guys are good to go. Alright, I can take your sheets too if you want, or you can keep them. It's up to you. Okay. Thank you. Alright.